knock Heroic into the lower bracket. It starts here on Train.
Opening kills important for Heroic here as well, as they really struggled on their T-half of Mirage to do exactly that. So let's get underway. Utility for Cold and Kirby is spotting on up, out towards Olaf will go Borup. And Nico, he'll take down Borup in those early stages. So another opening going awry.
I'm worried about the mental with these guys, and I'm glad you've highlighted everything coming into this. I do wonder if this loss streak does weigh a little heavier on them, but that's so early now. But we can probably see if it continues. Rain going to make light work of Tessus as the bomb is heading towards B, so that actually could get a plant from this at this point. coldzera's going to be keeping track of that as Rain looks set for another. Nothing clean about it, nothing pretty. Oh God, wait, how? How did Kirby and Nico just die?
They're on the wrong place here, so coldzera and Brokey have been sold. A rough one right now as Nico will rotate back towards that inner site. Cold, you can't hear the bomb ticking, my friend. It's on the other side of the map.
What a turnaround. It looked so good for FaZe Clan, opening kills, all of that good stuff, but just walking in and exploiting that gap. Cold forced to rotate into the wrong site. They don't have a kit, and so this one gets very difficult, and it's likely Brokey's going to catch a bullet here, and he does. Nice, precise headshot. That's the end of that. Thank you for coming, coldzera.
Got the nade off at least, but only a tiny bit of damage done to Cadian there. And Heroic, they will post the pistol round on the board here, having to deal with what will most likely be the force buy of FaZe Clan. We might see some scouts come out, some deagles as well. I think on the CT side of a map like this, if you can have 1 or 2 scouts up, you're able to find a bit of peppering of damage, and then have the deagles and those lighter pistols finishing off the remainder of the players. It is a recipe for success due to those ranges. But on the other side of things, you'll see Cadian with actually no utility behind the MAC-10. And Stown there with no utility behind that AK. So looks like it will just be an inner play. They're heading straight over here with intent. And it's actually coldzera immediately over towards the B side of things. So this is going to be curious.
Let's see if it sticks. Kirby is over by Ivy right now. And well, again, we're looking at FaZe with new eyes. Clearly working things out themselves. And Rush, if you don't mind checking on those server conditions in a bit, mate, I'd appreciate that.
Never talk to the techs, Rush. Come on, mate.
Have a chat. We do have the B lean considered. Brokey's over here and so's Cold. Now, it's not all of them by any means. Cold trying to focus towards the higher side of things, and he's done very well at that. They can't trade this back, and now there's a bit of a problem. Nico's still here in the bomb. It feels uncomfortable to go for the plant. If Cold converts that, it would have been game on. But Nico's done well to find Cadian, so this is not outside of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, they're hitting their shots. Fantastic work from Stown, though. He actually controls the spray for both. And now a tag from Nico's scout. It's not going to finish off the round just yet. 2-on-2. FaZe Clan only scouts for the retake. Brokey close quarters, and he's gone down. Stown has just dug them out of a hole, dug them out of an early grave. Nice shot from Nico. He's on 3. He would need a 4th. And in fact, Stown is low enough that what single scout bullet would be sufficient. He's hoping that Stown will jiggle for info. And
Nico thinks he's deep. He thinks he's
trying to fake it, confirms it, and Stown saving the day for Heroic. What a round that is. 4 frags and FaZe full flat. That was a full investment.
Very dicey there. And I think off the bat, if we are learning that coldzera will be playing that inner bomb site, I don't mind that change whatsoever. I think changing some stuff up with coldzera could potentially even reinvigorate some of that form that you feel you've been lacking there, Alex. It would be nice to see him playing somewhere new, seeing if he can offer up a bit of flair to the other side of the map. And here is Stown planting the bomb. One of my highlights of that round right there as well as number 3 gets back underway. It will just be the pistols. Nico on a deagle, Rain with the P250, and a bunch of USPs for the other 3. Setting the pace. Look at that go. I like it from the in-game leader. Means your teammates have to follow you.
Uh-oh. I don't like that. Really could do without that. Brokey does go down. Rush.
What's going on, mate?
What's happening?
So it's just going to be a bug on our side, just specking. The players don't see it, but yeah, it'll sadly be for the map.
Why?
Looking at the conditions, they are good, but there's a slight cloud overhead, and it's just a bit of rain falling on the floor.
Rain's causing it?
Not rain himself. I'm talking about the weather condition of the water falling from the sky.
I see.
I was going to say, we could have got league ops on that if there was a bit of a problem there. So, look, we'll put up with it, Rush, but we want you to do your best to fix this as Heroic get underway with the first gun round.
Orbs out.
Smokes toward 5 and E-box. Very standard opening. Borup throwing that. Okay, that was quick.
Yeah, look for the trade. It's there. Borups is good for one. Instantly expects the response. There was a player there, didn't respond in kind.
Oh, that molly's perfect. That's going to give a bit of space for NiKo, even though he's comped a lot of damage there. Down to 34. More smokes to follow through. The second wave from Heroic to attack this outer bomb site.
Good shots. Borup's done a lot of work here with this 3 HP as well as he finds Rain's head. 2 towards the back tracks. Kjaerbye, Brokey, and coldzera. And that's a third. Borup's making this low HP Sing, continuing to find impact. It's Kjaerbye trying to find his first. He finds his first and his second in quick succession. And that's the end of that phase. We'll find their first and AWP recovered as well for Brokey, so no complaints there. And Kjaerbye recovering the AUG as well.
Yeah, the wiggle on the AUG. Apparently it's a specialty for Kjaerbye here. He rocked it over there on Mirage, doing so here within the early stages of Train. And it's a big round to pick on up, considering all that work that Borup did. Just crouching in the yard like a bit of a madman there. But the buy will come back on through for Heroic. AWP out for Katie and AKs for NiKo, Borup, and Tassus. Just a deagle for Stown here. Not really much utility to work with. So they might have to get an opening pick before they can start playing with any of these rotations of phase. And over towards high ramp will be NiKo on the bat. He's going to be in tow with coldzera. So it's definitely a position shift, and it's a great flash.
A little bit of damage done. Nade just shy, but they're going to try and pressure the... Okay, Tassus. Okay, NiKo's going to give it right back to him, but NiKo stands his ground. He won't fall away. He finds 3. The turret absolutely decimates them.
Now they've both got the Danish one's capitalization, just to confuse things even further. So now they're all lowercase. Borup trying to make a case for Heroic. Bombs loose down that B ramp, so he does have the element of surprise here. He may catch Kjaerbye. Oh, that's a shame. Just moonwalks into him. And so Cadian presented a 1 versus 3. Far from obtainable. Spotted out. NiKo with his Danish capitalizations. That's going to bother me so much.
That was a great round from NiKo there. The fact that he stopped that, and he was the spoiler towards Inner as well to deal with coldzera, or to help out coldzera. I think some of the earlier woes, if you do chop and change the player you have as the Inner bomb site anchor, especially someone who hasn't necessarily done it before in the past, what you can do to swat away teams from wanting to go towards that side of the map as a bit of a punish is exactly this, you know, bolster that defense. And we've seen in the past with teams, I remember when Zeus was on Na'Vi, they even tried him as the Inner anchor on Train for a little while there, and it just meant that Simple would lean over there early with the AWP, help him out, go like, okay, well, I can be here too, so you can't just come to this side of the map, and it forced teams to go for different approaches. I definitely wouldn't be putting coldzera in the same bucket as what I'd be putting a Zeus by any means, but I'm just saying as a way to stop them from trying to bully that bomb site, you can always bolster it.
And I do wonder if Heroic are aware of this change. You know, obviously during the practice time, have they actually played this version? Are they aware of it yet? Because it's obviously a very different look. If they've geared themselves up going, well, we know Kjaerbye's going to be on that B side, let's hammer it home, and they've come across coldzera and NiKo, that's a very different looking side. Now, Brokey is leaning over here now, brought that AWP right back around. So he's going to be sat in position, quite comfortable, supporting Cold, who's playing towards the lower. And they wait patiently. Cadian and Stown potentially trying to capitalize on any over-rotation, or maybe we'll work out a bomb plant, or simply put, they're just going to have a chat through this as well.
It's pretty wild to think that if Kjaerbye gets some of these CT positions and swapped over with coldzera on certain maps, that makes sense. They're more anchory roles, and I can understand why you'd want to do that. And then on the T side, if he gets swapped around with, say, somebody like NiKo or Rain on some of these, he's basically being gifted everything that he needs to function at a high level. So other players in the team are having to make space for Kjaerbye. So he will need to deliver, as we are down to 30 seconds. Heroic just waiting out any early utility, and they've done exactly that. You can see there's not too many nades left over. Brokey with smoke nade. He's got the most. Everyone else is just rocking flashes. Now the kills will come on in. Shouldn't be too many dramas.
Hopefully they get that AWP back. CT's probably not happy at that loss.
Oh, this is a classic play. Inner stack and then try and plant the bomb yard. But Rain,
he's had none of that.
Yeah, he's well awares, and NiKo will finish off Tassus there. So.
Yeah. I do like the idea and concept as well as of coldzera being given a new challenge.
Yeah.
Because anchoring that B site is something that is a real specialist role. And for someone who's not done it, but who is a wonderful player, who's had that, very, able to deal with pressure no matter what, he's not a player that shies away from it. I love the concept of putting him back online, putting him in a new learning position, say, right, this is your task. You either get good at it or you look silly, which is, it does give a bit of motivation.
Yeah, and I'd like to see him, be a little bit more offensive in that position than some of the defensive greats that we've seen do it, like Taco and Co. But let's get back underway with round number 7. Cadian has to fight here. He's locked in towards Pop, and Nico, he's already taken out Borup, so a little bit of a problem right there. Already down a man Heroic. Cadian can get away, but they haven't been able to make any ground, and FaZe looking good on the start of round 7. Already down to just Peanuts of utility, however. It's flashbangs. Maybe the heads-up Counter-Strike will suit them better here within the mid to late rounds as corralling back over towards B. This is going to be the finish from Heroic. There's already been Brokey rotated on over to help out Cold. So this will be another test for coldzera. Let's see how he fares. Smokes go in. No intention just yet. Slow and quiet from Heroic.
Very slow. And that's the first. Nico will not have a chance to enter this site, and no one will. coldzera reminding us what he's capable of there. Nice stuff from Cold. 3K spread around Heroic. They won't be able to do anything with this round. 3,400 next, so Deagle's likely. We'll see this from coldzera's perspective as he just holds on that little lip, an extra sign of elevation, finishing things off neat and tidy. He's feeling himself.
There we go.
A little bit of tracking on it too, very impressive.
All right, so now Heroic, down 4-3. Their map choice, T side, will be on the Deagles. Need to find some inspiration here, and I'm not sure who it's going to come through, because normally we talk about this team as everybody being able to deliver when the chips are down. Hasn't been a clear standout for them so far. Sound obviously in the early stages of train looking good. Deagles, that's probably not something that Kjaerbye wants to swing into anytime soon. Set up in a more passive defense this time round FaZe. You can see by looking at the radar, they're in more of a line across the back of the bomb, over towards cutout, ready to help Ivy. And this is so they don't give up any guns that the Ts can pick up. They're actually using the range of their weapons to their advantage. This is basic stuff, simple CS, but you do love to see it. And pushed up forward on the other side of things will be Brokey high ramp with all that information. So they're able to keep 4 players towards Yard until Brokey is pressured. Information game of Counter-Strike coming on through as we're going to see that back of Ivy train smoke landing for Borup. Flash is going to come over the top, and so will the attack.
See how Kjaerbye does in this. Now under a little bit more stress as he knows teammates have fallen. Handles it well. 2 down, comfy. Brokey holding firm. You're not getting that bomb sneakily over there. They've seen this look before, these sneaky plants they're trying to get. But Borup going to take a couple of steps and see if he can maybe locate a scalp that he could remove. There's 1. There's 2. Borup now. Making things look a little spicier. I thought he was dead then, but coldzera lets him get away.
Are they going to go for him after time, or are they just going to give him space? Because the bomb's down.
Oh, hello.
This is the kill towards B. I suppose
watch
we're getting
it
the
back.
replays a little bit early. I don't think Borup will be
keep eyes
taking
on
too
this.
much action. So,
Just
yeah,
want to see what happens with him. See what the CTs do as well.
he survives,
Cool.
and so do they. So we're lucky with that one right there. We'll get away with it.
No Reddit post today.
As the scoreline will now go 5-3. Borup saving that across means that he won't have to invest. Also means he doesn't get the loss bonus, but he had enough residual cash working there to get the armor and the utility. So great shots here from Borup, but that's all there were, was some great shots. If we're going to consider the damage forward, it is to the CT-sided economy, but starting to build a little bit of bank, Brokey and coldzera, working with 5K plus on the both of them. Full buy will come out again. Interesting to note, Kjaerbye doesn't fully invest here. No HE, no flash. Maybe he wants to go aggressive?
Okay. Well, the thing is, Nico's already out. So, Nico v Nico, Nico wins.
Of course he does. Wouldn't have had it any other way.
Naturally. Kjaerbye's having a great round so far, or rather a great half. He's been locking down Ivy repeatedly, and he's going to try and find another here. Cadian's playing with fire. He's holding the green tree.
Yeah.
Push. Timing is going to favor Kjaerbye. Nice shots. 8th frag found. A double kill here in the 9th as well. Borup can't do squat. They give it a good go. A couple of exit frags just to pad the stats. Only the 1. 6-3 the score. FaZe Clan looking to lock down here on the defense.
So that was just a small note, and maybe the players at home could use that for themselves, because the intention from Kjaerbye was to go aggressive Ivy off the bat. I noted there the utility that he had purchased, and that was just enough for him to go aggressive with. If he had died, he didn't want to give away some wasted, utility. Maybe he had a HE, maybe he had a flash. That's 500 wasted dollars right there. So by not spending that, if worse comes to worse, he would be holding on to more money. It's not a lot, but every dollar counts in Counter-Strike, and especially now with the more pendulum swing.
Ooh, we got some pace.
Outmain again. They're able to get this space, but they need to get the kills.
Yeah, it's like, well, we saw Borup use the Deagle well here, but that's been about it. I haven't seen much more come from it, but maybe Nico for FaZe falls foul. Wow. No, absolutely not. Combined with Brokey finding the other Nico for Heroic, it's looking very shut down. The amount of room the T's have is nothing, and it's been taken away. Another player gone down as Borup and Cadian. Oh, you got T-Spawn, kinda. That's it.
Picks are just a real problem for Heroic in both maps. So FaZe are more than happy to just stand and bang, they're more than happy just to fight. And with that in mind, Heroic, they normally get away with so much confidence. Cadian just leaping into the jaws, coldzera picking up another. It's just one man remaining, and it's Borup. We've seen him last alive a few times. It's all consolation frags and stat padding, sure. It's good to do damage to that economy, great. Maybe for your confidence is also a positive, but the rounds, they are quickly trickling away, as this is going to be 7 on the trot as Brokey finishes him off. That's going to be 3 on the round for Brokey. So everybody just playing well on FaZe Clan right now. They're obviously coming in with a new look. We preface that might be a possibility. It's good to see it. And while going forward, how many more are they able to get away with? Because they're keeping these rounds relatively clean, there's not too many kills coming in, means that money is starting to get to a really nice point. Everybody on that squad with 5K plus now. Sorry, Kjaerbye has 4,700, so Kjaerbye, come on, maybe save a little bit more. But coldzera and Brokey are rocking a lot of money, and it's just Heroic down to the pistols. They're going straight towards a B rush.
Respect. coldzera waiting, lost his life. Brokey does catch one, won't be able to stop Tessus, and now we're unable to repeat. He tries and actually hits it. Damn. Good catch onto Borup. He's anticipating the push-up, and Tessus takes his life from him. So this is starting to shape up. Rain trying to save the day, but Tessus making things awkward. Quickly shut down by Nico. It's the long con from Cadian, and Nico seems to be aware of this. He's checking it, and that's the end of that. Nice, neat, and tidy. FaZe, 17 frags from Nico. He's already got close to 20, just 10 rounds in on this first half. It certainly spells trouble for Heroic. They're all already closing in on max cash. coldzera's got 14K to spend, and yeah, it makes sense. Call a timeout, US Air Force. Tactical timeout called, and we'll be getting ready to see if Heroic have got anything left to show on this T-side. This is T-side train. I mean, we've seen many a lockout. We know it's certainly not out of the realms of possibility.
Maybe they just have to play a little bit more late rounds. They're going in for these, I don't want to say all-ins, but they're trying to take space off of FaZe early. And FaZe are getting offered up jewels that are in their advantage because they're dropping the standard protocol utility. They're Molotoving off towards main. They're Molotoving off towards Olaf. They're dealing with these pop dog pushes with smoke grenades. And at that point, they're able to isolate the jewels. And when they isolate the fights, FaZe Clan are going toe-to-toe with Heroic, who have looked like some of the hottest prospects aim-wise in recent times. So FaZe definitely riding a high of their 2 series win to close out Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, the thing as well to highlight is that Stavn and Borup aren't necessarily having quiet games.
No.
It's just the kills don't particularly equate to round wins. They're just kind of filler kills here and there. So it's, again, young talents in the right place, but I think we're seeing, pound for pound, a much better game from FaZe than I think any of us expected. Nico does take a lot of damage on his initial journey down pop, but he does keep his life for once. Normally that has filtered over towards FaZe, and look at those opening kills now. Let's see who gets this.
He goes on the prowl, looking for his 18th frag here in the 12th round of play. Bombs behind Borup, so had he found anything there? The boost not going to net them a reward here. Cadian will have to make noise on the dismount, but no one was close to hear it. Brokey set up for the close crossfire with Cold.
Oh, I love this play.
Does mean that you kind of can stack 3 heavily invested towards the outer site. Rain for Pop, Nico for main, Kjaerbye for Ivy. That's your inner setup. Stavn deploying utility to try and draw attention there, but at the moment they're happy to stand still.
Kjaerbye has such a good weapon for that job as well. He's about to be smoked off, so the idea that they could drop around the backlines is in play, but Nico with 40 seconds has completely shut out the bomb, so this is pretty difficult. Another Molotov coming in towards Pop from Rain.
Oh, I thought he just galaxy brained them. Oh, so excited for that if he got both. But Sound has made it through. Nico's now unawares. Kjaerbye, kind of irrelevant to that, wasn't able to keep eyes on it. And now a 2v3.
They have to plant, though, and it's on Borup. If Kjaerbye plays this right, he just has to knock that planter off his pegs. Planting now doesn't have the angle, so this gets awkward. Finds the first. Borup down, levels the playing field. Cold does have the element of surprise in catching Tessus. Now Cadian to clutch. He's only got 2 frags. He could double that with this clutch. And Cold's the first target. Oh, baited, eliminated.
Whew. It looked like once the bomb went down, it was going to get dicey, but Kjaerbye handled that well. Had a couple of options there. Opted not to go for the aggressive one to play late round with coldzera, and his frag onto Borup is what allowed coldzera to go down the ladder there without eyes on. If Borup had lived, if he hadn't gone down, then the pop would have been watched, and that would have been a heroic round. So the best one in a while here for heroic, and they're still unable to post it on the board. This was the play. Look at this down the ladder. Sneaky beaky, as you like. And look at this. FaZe Clan, they're a different looking team right now.
They are.
I guess the same could be said for heroic, because it's not the heroic that we're used to seeing. But with star performances from NiKo coming out now, and let's be honest with everybody at home, as we do just have a little bit of a technical timeout coming on through, FaZe would have been the first to say that their performances throughout the Pro League, it was pretty rubbish. You know, they weren't playing up to their standard, especially of the individuals in the server. Now with some positions being swapped around, things are looking good, and you can see the spree of rounds. 9 on the trot here, 3 more, and that'll be flawless from them after conceding the pistol. 140 ADR for NiKo and 125 ADR for Brokey.
Same as Mirage. Same as Mirage. Those two are at the top of the scoreboard. Not the ADR, but the performers. It's good to see that those guys are working up on the right side of the bed.
Well, the money now is at a point for FaZe where they should be able to buy for the remainder of the half here, assuming they don't have too many casualties in these following gun rounds. But let's take a look, because Heroic have got the buyback out. Cadian on the AWP. They had that plant, so residual cash coming on through with the AKs. Oh, there was a chance there.
Oh, Kjaerbye's in trouble. They found him. But they've also found NiKo over there. So no quick kill to be coming in. But pressure mounting everywhere. This time they have at least drawn out the utility somewhat earlier. Smokes and Molotovs being filtered through by FaZe, having to maybe hinder some of this earlier attention to detail.
They're going to go back to this setup again, FaZe Clan. So the idea here is with Brokey's position, if they throw the nade and they're not aware that this one could be in play, they tend to show their arm a little bit more so. Oh, hold up. Big nade, big kill, another opening. FaZe Clan are looking hot.
Hot to trot. Cadian locked out again. He can't contest that. That's not a fight he wants to. Tessus, however, relieving some pressure with another strange capitalization of NiKo.
Oh,
Kjaerbye catching Stown as they try and play chicken. Oh, coldzera roasted, and Brokey in rotation might have a chance. Misses his shot. NiKo does not. Kjaerbye trying to save the day. What a spray. Gets them both. The AUG is really working for Kjaerbye. Perhaps a new weapon for the job. And there's another opportunity now. Cadian gets the info, knows where both are. Has an AWP for the task, using the smoke to disappear. But there is a problem here, and that's that they're both pushing together. How is he supposed to get 2 kills with a bolt-action rifle? I don't really know. Neither does he.
Good diligence, though, to spam that smoke. I thought they potentially would have lost him, but once they cleared out the low ramp train, they're aware he didn't get away. It was only one place he possibly could have been. And yeah, Kjaerbye with the save right there. He's going to actually pick up an AK. I assume he'll drop that across to NiKo and buy back into the AUG. I think when he's scoped in with the shaky aim, and I'm not meaning that in any disrespect, that's the way that Kjaerbye aims.
Style, yeah,
he has this shaky aim. So when he's obviously mastered it to some degree. Reminds me of an individual called Pex, P-E-X, back from the Source days. I think he used to play with a team called Dynamic. They were North American, but he had shaky aim as well. Kjaerbye's is much more well-refined, but with the AUG in play, you see him being able to find a lot of impact. 14 kills for him, 5 deaths. The best we've seen him looking.
Oh, is this quicker pressure towards B? No. Okay. I was getting excited to see how coldzera deal with like a quick piece coming towards him. So it's just getting to see a new look with coldzera on it, which is a very, very tantalizing prospect. Now, for now, he doesn't have the support. You just seen Brokey come over. So clearly feeling some pressure, feeling some presence, hearing a couple of steps here and there, indicating, okay, I might need some help on this. And this looks like it is going to be a very dedicated B piece. So Cadian with the flash, Nico, Tessus ready to go. Brokey positioning well, but he might be caught in a bit of an awkward time, but this time Coldzera. New position, same amount of damage. Nico and Tessus both take absolute batterings off it. And now it's just Borup and Nico. This has been a lovely hold again with the combination of Brokey leaving just Heroics Nico alive. This is a lovely, lovely shutdown. That is a very tough B site to crack.
You see the fact that Cold was willing to hold a spray with such a tight line and he got double dinks from it? That's great control of his weapon there.
Yikes, Heroic really don't have any answers for this.
Yeah,
do they?
T-side lockout on Train. We've seen a couple of these recently over, of course, the tail end of ESL Pro League.
That was wild.
It's been a recurring theme. I think we saw 2 13-2 halves back-to-back on Train.
Precisely, and I think Heroic, by not getting any of these opening kills, they're having such a rough go of it. Back into the last round of the first half here on Train we go. 2 AKs, Deagle, Galil, UMP, and back towards B appears to be the approach. So I think they're trying to keep these phase players from rotating yards, so Smokes flashes towards the bomb train. But guess what? Rain's in front of that. He's going to know there's no emergency. He's going to call that.
And there's the lurk gone. Nice. Coldzera's going to flash and have a look. There's 2, though, pushing up the upper side. He's going to get caught out. Tessus has done well there. And that should be the bomb plan. This is the best chance we've seen in a while from Heroic. It's going to have to be a retooling. And they're using CT as their way back in.
I like this.
Everyone's got a kit. Full absence of control. Kjaerbye flashed in. Oh, and he gets the shot. That's huge. A chance now for the FaZe boys on this retake. It falls to Stavn and Borup. Stavn needs timing on his side here to take that fight on the speedway. Oh, Kjaerbye's holding it with the AWP. He's upgraded. And now Nico. Now falling to Borup's Deagle, running out of chances. They get the frag and they've got the time. That's quite the half. That's quite the posting. FaZe making a statement here at the start of New York. It's a 12-3 half. And they've just got this T side to go.
This is it, this is not a drill. Hold nothing back, this should to kill. In this leap of faith that you're in me too. You stand alone, but I'll watch over you. The clock is ticking, the clock is ticking. A single second could mean everything. Time is running, the time is running out. Don't give up, don't give in. Don't let me down. Be the one to wipe their grin.
Concentration stations, Heroic with the stare down. Cadian looking down what looks to be a pretty dark and bleak corridor that is Train. They could very well be down and out shortly. 12-3. FaZe are looking fantastic on the half. Just need 4 rounds to finish this one off. Neat and tidy. I doubt it will be that way.
Just a quick bit of a B stream update for everybody. We had OG versus Big going on the other B group game. And with that, we did actually see OG pick up a 2-0 victory over Big Clan. The first map was Inferno. That was OG's picks. It was 19-15 overtime. And then OG went on to Big's domain of Dust 2. And they're actually able to pick that one up 16-9. So quite a big victory there for OG as they'll put themselves in the upper bracket. And they will face the winner of this game right here, which is looking very likely to be FaZe. The loser obviously facing Big. So it looks like we could be set for a Heroic Big matchup and a FaZe OG game. We obviously have the Group A matches locked and loaded already.
Oh, I'm excited for my early end, though, when Rush is going to come out, take the headset, and have to explain himself, yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess 99%. He did leave 1%.
Well, that was it. You know, he's not foolish. He's never going to go 100%.
Never go full, Jason.
He had to leave a 1% margin. This is more than that, though. Clearly, FaZe have been unhappy with the recent performances. I have no idea, to be honest.
I don't believe so. It's still paused.
Okay, it looked like Kolb was talking quite intently there, so...
No, they're not moving.
Looks like Kirby's concentrating. Yeah, okay. If you hand off the mouse for Nico, that confirms we aren't quite into it yet.
Just looking at Nico's reflection there in the mirror, in the windows, it looked like he is in a high up apartment. That's what I've been able to...
That's your analysis, is it?
Yep, I've been able to take that away. Oh dear, Heroic, those odds, not very friendly to you whatsoever, but what is that scoreline?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the trials and tribulations that the T-side on Train can face. I wonder if there is any chance for Heroic if FaZe win this pistol. I do think that winning this pistol would be a fantastic way to speed run the final map.
Indeed.
That's the Ivy smoke.
Oh, deep one as well. Okay.
Interesting.
So that one's actually going to cover off very, very deep towards the sunny side, and they might use this to go past to the backtracks. No one's actually watching the backtracks right now. It's just down on the bomb train.
They've got another smoke for that as well, so now there is an unknowing. They look for the fight. Rain does dink him up and finishes him off, and now they can go towards the outer site. Borup pushing out from E-Box, but he's getting shot in the back of the head. This is really nice. This would be a skybox.
Yeah, still broken. Sorry,
I know, but I'm just saying you'd like this one.
Man, I would love this one.
The second smoke arriving on the old bomb.
Yeah.
Very nifty.
The nerdiness with that. Like, I used to dream about pulling a strategy like that off. This is insane stuff from FaZe here.
Could let it slip away, yeah. Oh, good shots. Rain revealed. Nico has that to deal with, but unfortunately with the kit, no armor, no time. Kirby just doing the safety jiggles. Like the safety dance. It's done all the same. 13-3.
That was cool. I like that. I might make a clip of that when I get home.
Is this the new FaZe we're getting, Devil?
No, it's the FaZe.
Or is it too far? I get excited. I get excited. I see
Goodness me.
FaZe doing nice smokes. I see position switches. I see new roles. Like, this is exciting.
What this is Heroic feeling a little bit depressed about things because in recent times their name's been dragged through the mud. And they had a pretty bad loss to Astralis, and things aren't, super happy over there. They're also probably feeling a little bit burnt out. FaZe just had 2 weeks to prep and get everything going. So Heroic are having what I'm going to call an off day. And FaZe are having an on day, where they've definitely turned it on and are looking very good. And some of those new looks, it's difficult to predict. You're going in against something unless, as you prefaced earlier, you've practiced against it, you have no idea. And these changes from FaZe, I'm happy with them. I think they've made some good choices in the players they've moved around. It wasn't just Rain having to take the bit rolls. They've actually thought about it and considered who might be good for where. And right now, Cadian with another struggling scoreline. I think it was the same or similar score, 3 kills as he went into the second half of Mirage. So we're just having a hard day of it here at Heroic, and FaZe are making this look easy.
Yeah, they absolutely are. This is supposed to be Heroic's map pick, and with the Pistol 1, 3 AKs and Galil in play, only as scouts and SMGs to keep you company. Feels like it could be 14 imminent, but gonna have to see that one manifest though. Ivy the finish. 3 CTs prepared for this. A very passive hold. I mean, look at what Tessis is holding. That's their backtracks hold. That's their Ivy hold if they slip the net of Cadian Scout, which is foreseeable problem, but they're actually swinging this way. Interesting. So it's a good chance and a good shot from Cadian. A chance for a second as well. Brokey finding one, but Goldzera immediately out of main, using that ladder to draw more shots and forcing the reload out of Stown. When the repeak, Rain's ready. Borup and Nico with just Deagles are going to be doing their very best to close the gaps. Kjaerbye spotting and confirming that there is still one there. He's going to commit to the plant now. He has some support, and Rain there to keep him at bay. That's the end of that. 14, FaZe.
Oh, wow.
Within touching distance now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is because FaZe played that so late round, you know, sometimes we see teams go for the anti-ecos and they're a little bit quicker. And as soon as they win that bomb site over, they will save. But because that was so late round, Heroic thought, well, we may as well have a crack. We may as well see if we can stop this plant, if we can stop them from taking this yard control. And by doing so, they lost everything. And look at this. This is a tilt situation for Heroic right now. The chips are so far down that they're doing back-to-back CT-sided buys. Right? Obviously, they would be giving away round number 15 otherwise, but at this point it's an all-in, so they don't want to play against overtime the entire time. They want to try and turn it around right now, and let's see what they've got.
So, first challenger to this will be Coldzera, joined by Nico beside him. So who moves first?
Statues now. But Nico with the flash, probably ready to throw as soon as Cadian takes contact, or the sound cue. One of the two.
There's a bit of util. There's the flash. Blind, but Nico isn't. Oh, baby, this is too good. He's reading it all. Nico does go down to Stown, but you've got to know Coldzera was it.
Yeah, that's a perfect summary of Heroic's half.
Jeez, man. The fact he gets two there. How does Nico get two?
Full wipe. Brokey's got another. And it looks like 15's a lock-in. Tessus just with the Desert Eagle, giving it his best shot. I mean, it is just a perfect example of when everything's going right. It looks great.
So you guys at home get to see what a $1,900 force buy looks like, what a $2,400 force buy looks like, and now what a $2,900 force buy looks like. They're all very similar, let me tell you. You won't be seeing too many rifles come out to play here. Scouts, SMGs, and then it's just utility that will go up. And yeah, it's a horrible day at the office. So I said that this is the worst streak of maps lost for Heroic with this 5-man. Well, it's going to go up one extra map. There's going to be 3 series on the trot that they've now lost. Na'Vi, Astralis, and now FaZe. And 6 maps in a row. All have been 2-0 losses.
Yeah, and I think some of the context to that loss previous to Astralis is definitely going to sting. That's one that you don't forget. Now, back into this game, though. FaZe won away, and they've looked good. I think you're right. It is that balance between the two. Yes, there's been good additions to what FaZe are doing, but Heroic are looking like a shadow of their former selves here. Cadian quiet. We don't see him yelling, you know, roaring his team forward.
I don't want to make any excuses for them, but I'd be feeling a little bit out of juice considering just the events.
They've been gaming.
Yeah, and not only that, before we had these ESL events back-to-back, they were playing in DreamHack events as well in the final against Big.
Yeah.
It's been non-stop for them, and there's still a chance for them to turn it around. There is the lower bracket, but they're a man down here. Round 19. FaZe are looking to take this 16-3. The FaZe name and New York, it has gone hand in hand before.
Almost synonymous with success, but really didn't expect it here today. I think
none of us did. No one predicted
no
FaZe.
one. And I think it's a very fair point. It's why we're so surprised and enjoying what we're seeing, but here it is, comfortable, even though it's meant to be a little bit trickier. Kill by kill, it comes in, and now just one away. Nico against the real Nico now. Rain to shut it down, 16-3, FaZe.